Hello, greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mansillon. I wanted to come and continue to discuss certain ideas that I took some notes yesterday of certain things that I wanted to discuss. And the first one is that we're going to have to find this equilibrium and this balance. But very soon the ideas are going to become reality. The dreams are going to manifest. They've been cultivated in the astral plane, and they're going to crystallize and come down as it should, when it should. Because it is created from the infinite brain of the creator, the cosmic mind, and the key that opens the door is the code 0010110. It is the portal of infinity. All time, all things are all here now within infinity. There is no separation between the past, the present, the future. You, here, now, anything, everything is right there. For we are one in this code reminds us that we are oneness within the infinity of eternity. And so the infinite brain is it contains the totality of the grand design. All past, all present, all future, all possibility, everything is contained within this is what we call God, and that is what our divine eternal soul draws all that it needs from it's always connected to the source of all things, to the source of all things and all beings, in order to draw on what it needs in order to create those manifestations of this holographic reality that we're experiencing down here. For all of 3D, what we call 3D, the manifested realm of senses, is being tested, is being challenged, is being stressed out, because it is about to be released, it is about to be discharged of all its power. But all will have to face their own creation, regardless of what we all have to balance it out. This is what we call karma. Is very necessary. For we can forgive ourselves and be free of karma with unconditional love. But if we've done certain things and we refuse to address it, life will continue to force us to address it. And so we do not want to believe that God doesn't care or is powerless in relationship to what is going on in this world. And it is just a choice that God gives free will, and everybody will follow its own path all the way to the point where there is no more to create, and then we'll have to everything transforms when it is the time, because the darkness, all the darkness needs to be exposed in order to be all the darkness, the corruption, all those things that are not aligned with the divine truth of love and joy and integrity has to be acknowledged in order to be released. Otherwise, if we're not aware of it, we cannot release it, and so we will continue the cycle. In essence, there is a parallel reality that has been created in fourth dimension, different timelines for humanity, and we'll all have to assume the effect of our cause. So if we have to make those choices wisely, and to choose. For the light has already won. It was not possible for the light to lose. When the nature of light in the darkness is to illuminate the darkness, and the darkness is revealed as nothing. It is just a shadow. But the shadows are still able to interfere and create delays. But the light has already won. It was a deception to believe that the darkness is trying to make people believe that the people have lost, that they've won over the light. But they will never be able to do that. For this 3D world was created as a drama, a great drama, where we experience joy and pain, and cold and hot and dark and light, and all those polarities. But whatever the choice we make is what we'll have to assume. And so it is about knowing that you are innocent. But it's okay to make mistakes. Mistakes are very necessary, errors and failures, because if we learn more from our failures than we learn from our success. It is through our mistakes, but when we see a mistake, we can correct it, and then we go on, and then we'll make other mistakes. So it is part of the process. Because sins become evil only when we identified with the wrong deed. If we do not want to identify. We're learning through the process, but there are certain people that are malevolent, and they know they're malevolent, and they continue to do it, and regardless, because of self-interest, and that is really what they'll have to face. It is very important to let go of that holographic reality. For everything is we've grown. We were born here. We were educated. We grew up in this world in certain cultural, religious, environment, and so and we've been taught that the life exists outside of us, when in essence it is only a holographic projection. In the 18th century, Immanuel Kant already reveals that in this the Critique of the Pure Reason, that everything is given through the intuition, and then the brain just makes it coherent within the belief structure that we live in. But this inner world will be eventually, we'll have to learn to become that inner light, to become our dominant reality. And so what we want is to seek opportunities to go within as much as possible, to dive in, to go and play within. It's like this great and imagine there is a great sun, and you are the sun, and then the universe around is your holographic projection. So keep your heart aligned with your consciousness aligned with the with your heart, to follow the guidance, yet be very aware of that projected reality that is called the hologram. And so because this inner reality has to become dominant eventually, but we have to cultivate that inner light. For the whole universe is actually enclosed within ourselves in a much more refined form. That is, everything that exists outside is also inside, as above, so below. And so it is about connecting to that inner world. For we have the celestial planes, we have the cosmic planes, we have the earth planes, and we have the subconscious plane. And we want everything to be clear, and so we can become aware, and our third eye can reveal the inner universe within us. So eventually we're gonna move from linear time to quantum reality. The cosmic soup is boiling with potentiality, and so what we seek is to go home and to always turn towards this inner self, and so it is about learning to meditate, to pause, to close your eyes and to go within. It is very important to go into your heart, to go play and see what happens, because there is always a reaction from spirit when you seek to go within, and so, but it'll be different for everybody, and it is not really explainable what will happen as a result of that inner work on making that inner reality the primal focus of attention. And from there we'll be able to balance out the material and the light, to our personality, of the human personality, with the divine being that resides within us. This divine being doesn't want to take over, otherwise he would have done so. So it needs to be balanced out, it needs to be find this equilibrium, to find this concord. And so there will be an integration of the human personality with the divine being within, and to find the equilibrium between the two. So it is it is the point, but it is happening. Just trust that, and allow your inner self, your divine self, to lead the way, to guide you towards that, because there is no way we can really know. It's okay to make whatever choice we make, and God respects every choice we make, and it's actually precious. It gives us that free will. Yet we want to be able to be flexible, to be able to realign our will when necessary, when we receive the information that we need in order and to trust our inner guidance. It is important. I'm going to pull a few cards with the Angel Tarot to see which confirms what I'm talking about here. So the situation is knowledge. We're gaining this knowledge. For knowledge and lucidity is not about the knowledge of those material things, what we call knowledge in society. It is transcendental knowledge. It is enlightened wisdom. And so it is, we're gaining that each and every day. What comes around the situation is the primal one, is the energy, it is the causal realm. So we want to return to the cause, at the source of things, at the very center of the heart. There is this pure divine energy that hasn't been split into many forms yet. It is so primal, it is pure. So we want to tune into that. No, you already have that. You cannot not have that. It is just a matter of opening your third eye, so that it can, your inner light can reveal that to you. And what we see before us is the light. For light is information. Light is the means by which to connect to our divinity. Light is a transcendental. It's a transcendental energy. What we see in our subconscious is friendship. So we are grateful for our friends and for friendships, and we can even we can the bonds of friendship will solidify, new friends will come in. What we see right now is this potentiality, all the potentials are going to become actual, so it is about being ready for that. And what's coming in the near future is a renewal. It's a complete it's a renaissance. It is a brand new beginning. What we have as a strength within the situation is trust. This trust, we have this trust that makes it a lot faster, makes it a lot easier to unfold those things that will unfold before us. So we move with trust and self-confidence. What comes around the situation is clairvoyance. For there is a great deal of clairvoyance. Everybody is becoming enlightened, and so we're going to be able to utilize the mirror of life in a far greater way, with greater ease. In our inner emotion, our hopes and fear, we have liberation. It is freedom. It is liberation. We are being liberated emotionally, which liberated will liberate the material hologram. And the outcome is equilibrium. It is balance. So it is very much about balancing out those energies, accepting your strengths and your weaknesses. For we all have strengths and weaknesses, but we from the weakness is born the strength is born from weakness, and so for wisdom comes from failure. All those things is not about rejecting those parts of ourselves that are not in pure alignment, but to learn from them and to turn them into something more, into something, to turn our weakness into strength, to turn our ignorance into lucidity. I also wanted to discuss the idea that we want to eliminate the belief that any dark entity can threaten us. There is no all dark entities were created. They were human souls that were so dark that turned after their death into dark entities. But they have no power over us unless we give it to them. So we want to eliminate all powers, all idea of anything being less than perfect. Try to see all things as perfect as you connect to your divinity. Everything that is not a lot of negative dark energy will not be able to reach you or will bounce off. So it's about breathing it out and to align, accept to become an enlightened human being, this homo luminous, to live as such, as an ascended master, to prepare yourself, and do not blame yourself, judge yourself if life shows you that you're not there. So because by showing you that you're not there, you become aware of why you're not there, and that life is preparing you for getting there. The whole of history of this planet has been deformed. There's so many old civilizations like Rama, like Ignatius, like Mu, like Lemuria, Atlantis. For millions of years, there's been a civilization on the planet, but this has been removed from the consciousness of humanity in order to control them. The history has been written by the victors of wars, and so it has been written by the dark in order to hide their plans, so they cannot see that humanity has been to hide their program, to make them submissive to fear and cultivating conflict, to separate them in order to control them. But all of that is coming to is being visible now. It is showed, God is showing us all of the darkness in order to, all the corruption, all the lies, so we can remove it. If we do not see it, we cannot remove it. We will repeat the same cycle. But as soon as now we're here to prepare the ground for the next generation that will be able to install this golden age that is coming. For now, we are the link. We're part of the old and the new. We're like the generation that were. It's very difficult to be part of that transition, but we came here especially for that because we wanted to experience that. So it is all happening now. 00101110, and it's all happening now, always have been, is, and always will be. Everything is accessible through the portal of when we let go of the limitation of the physical world. I also wanted to say that anybody believes whatever they may, but this global warming will be unstoppable. There is no way we're going to stop the global warming. We're going to have to adapt because all the planets of the solar system are being heated up. All of them, without exception, and so because the sun is this, what the sun is doing, and because it's preparing the whole solar system is going to be ascending, and all the planets are going to be ascending. That being said, we need to stop this environmental destruction. We need to stop the industrial pollution. So it is. It is good that humans believe that if they do that, they're going to stop that. So because it forces them to address certain things that needs to be addressed, this abuse of the planet. So, but but so it is very important to understand that, but to relax about it and to to follow your guidance. If you live by the sea and you call to move to the mountain, just do it. It's just so don't be afraid about this. Everybody will be moved in the right time, in the right for everything is being tested. We're all being tested, but we all have the role to play within the grand plan. The greatest role is to drop the mask and be ourselves, to find joy, to find compassion, to find love, to go with love. And very soon the light working community will be delivered from financial stress. It's part of the plan. It's been prophesied, but for now, for the finance of the world is been taken over by this extraterrestrial computer, believe it or not. But and this computer is controlled by a certain brain of certain people that control that. There is all kinds of crimes against humanity, intellectual frauds with financial derivative, and all kinds of things that are creating this that parasite the system. So humanity will have to regain control of the economy, but it is a plan. It has been planned, that's been put in place. It's called NESARA, GESARA, and soon will be released. There's a great deal of funds that will be going to the light working community and to the general population as well. But it is but before this could happen, the corrupted bankers had to be removed, because otherwise the fund before they were delivered would have been stolen. So there is all this has been done, and so there will soon be. It has been announced that NESARA GESARA will soon be released, and we all have our plans for it. Is the fact that when the finances come in, it's the game of material reality becomes fun. It's like there is nothing wrong about it. It's like it's just the stress that's been imposed by the powers, the dark powers. So everything will come. It's not a matter of greed. It's a matter of adapting to the necessity of the condition of the world as money dominates the world. But in the transition time, it has been prophesied that after once the transformation of the monetary system will have happened, which is very soon. There's going to be revelation, and action as well, that money will go to the compassionate, because this is where it's needed. And so it will be given in terms of merit. We have a merits, the merits in the ascension. We have a merits at most. So we've done the more work, and it will be in relationship to the vision of the light working community. There are millions of light workers, and they all need to be able to manifest their dreams and vision. If the dream of a light worker is to create a rose garden, it doesn't need millions. Just need to acquire a land where you can cultivate this rose garden. But if the vision of a light worker is to create a space station, it'll need a little bit more cash to create that. So it's all going to be relative, but the money will be provided in relationship to our soul plan, and it is all so it is very important to focus on that freedom, on that potential to be free, and to liberate all the finances. It is important, for that is really where the pressure has been applied, and all of humanity has been suffocated by the dark plans with this fake virus and fake pandemic and so on, to squeeze the economy and to starve the world, to suffocate and starve the world. But this will come to an end abruptly, probably. And so there will, before the end of the year, there will be some great, the US election maybe be part of that, so we'll see what goes on. But I'm going to sing a song. I hope this message was interesting for you. Stay in joy, turn within, for within there is always this peace within. There is always an ocean of peace within. It's just we haven't learned to see life. We've been very focalized on this outside reality, but now we need to learn to go within and to cultivate this inner light until this inner light becomes the prime focal point of our reality, and it's from there we'll be able to shift all the realities of time through, like, it will appear to be magic, as other people will say it, but it's not magic. It is higher science. It is spiritual science. I'm going to sing the song. It's a French song, but it's very sad in French. So I thought I'd sing the English version. It's called If You Go Away. If you go away on this summer day, then you might as well take the sun away. All the birds that flew in the summer sky, when our love was new and our hearts were high, and the day was young and the night was long, and the moon stood still for the night bird's song. If you go away, if you go away, if you go away. But if you stay, I'll make you a day like no day has been or will be again. We'll sail the sun, we'll ride on the rain, we'll talk to the trees and fly with the wind. But if you go away when I love you so, there'll be nothing left in this world, you know. Just an empty space full of empty room, like the empty look I see on your face. If you go away, if you go away, if you go away. But if you stay, I'll make you a day like no day has been or will be again. We'll sail the sun, we'll ride on the rain, we'll talk to the trees and fly with the wind. But if you go away, if you go away, please don't go away. No, please don't go away, stay. I'm going to pull one more card to finish this reading. For I do feel like there's a great deal of surprises, magic and miracle is up in the air. There's magic, mystic flowing through the air. And the card of the day is the Eight of Raphael. She's like in front. She's got to cross this bridge. She's got to let go of the treasure, and the cat will follow. The cat will follow, but she's got to let go of that. There's this treasure. It says the best is awaiting you. Do what you know to be good for yourself. A spiritual quest. So we are all on a spiritual quest for life. Life in matter is only a prelude to a spiritual adventure. Let us rejoice and be in receptive mode to receive all that the universe has in store for us. I thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.